There's a place that I know, it's where all the sunshine goes, the brightest spot along the highway 1, a city where you always know someone. Hey, hey, where's it at? Hey, 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 Medicine Hat.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Helping Hatters.
Thanks
I'm
for
here
having me.
with Logan Straub, our musical gifted artist, who decided, at request, I guess, that you would be able to help me with doing a little number for
Absolutely.
this podcast.
Yeah.
What made you say yes?
Well, other than I already know you, and we have a friendship, it's something that was challenging. I've never done it before, especially something that is happy and more about not myself or not my friends or anything like that. It was about the city that we live in. So it was a cool challenge to write something so joyful and, you know, monumental, I guess, paying tribute to some of the cool themes we have around Medicine Hat. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it was,
sounds great.
It was tough, but we got her. We got her.
Yeah,
so
I think so. And
yeah.
it will live on beyond this podcast.
Oh, geez.
And whether you want it to or not.
No, I'm happy to have my name attached to it. So
That's good.
There's a place that I know, it's where all the sunshine goes, the bright spot along the highway 1, a city where you always know someone. Where's it at? Hey, 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 Medicine Hat. Sitting on the treaty 74, sunny spot with an open door. On a river with a few cookies. We need Olympic TV. Hey, would you look at that? Hey, 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 Medicine Hat. Oh, it's roots from deep, top the ground up in the deep. Sunny city where you always gotta be. Going patterns, helping patterns. Medicine Hat. Heart and rise up, feeling joy. Don't forget to jump part of you. Those bricks have history. Welcome back. Hey, 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 Medicine Hat. Oh, it's good. Come down up to you. Sunny city where you always have.
What connects you to Medicine Hat, Alberta?
I was born and raised in Medicine Hat. So I've been here my entire life. I had a short stint where I'd lived in Lethbridge. I'm not even gonna say I lived there. I was there for 3 months. So.
Oh wow, that is short.
That is, yeah. I was just there for practicum, but so I've been in Medicine Hat my entire life, and I've definitely grown within the community, especially downtown. All the fine people, the fine businesses, not just downtown, but everywhere. They've welcomed me into their venues, and I've made friends with them. And what else connects me to Medicine Hat? I met my wife here.
Your family lives
my
here
family lives,
for the most part?
For the most part, yeah. My parents still live here. And I know, like, it's tough to say that the global community is strong when the world isn't the best place right now, but Medicine Hat certainly is still well connected to each other, and no matter what, we still help each other. Even if you're yelling, you're still helping. So it's a good place to live.
Yeah. And with your musical gifts,
Yes.
how do you treat Hatters to some joy on the occasion? Because you're a one-man band.
I am. Yeah.
And what got you down that path, and why do you continue to play music?
That's a good question. Tough question. I've played music my entire life, and after college, I kind of stopped playing music. I don't know why. I just wasn't interested.
Mm-hmm.
And then whether it was just one lonely night, or you sitting there having a whiskey, and you're like, well, there's the guitar. Why don't I just pluck around? So I started playing again, and I reconnected with Chris Streifel, who taught me guitar my entire life, who also helped us record, which is pretty cool. And I touched base with him, and I started doing some lessons to get me going again in my 20s. And I was a very good student, but yeah, you can attest to that. And then I started posting these little videos of me singing online, and it kind of just, I'm not saying it took off. It took a lot of, what's the word? I'm not saying it took courage, but maybe a smidge of liquid courage to really get out there and start performing and making mistakes and learning and networking. That's the toughest part, I think, is that. But I keep doing it because I love playing music. I love that I get to sing the songs that I love, and people like that too. Because I've experienced before where, yeah, you're told, don't sing those songs. We need to sing these ones that people want to hear. And
it doesn't feel the same.
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. So, and I really enjoy. I just played last weekend, and the venue was packed, and I had a lot of people come up after and say thanks, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah, you're giving me chills just hearing about it. And there was somebody in your life who kind of paved a path that helped you understand music and playing for public.
Yeah.
And who was that?
My good friend Elton John. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Both my parents were very adamant that we studied piano from age 5 until 18. So I believe we all achieved that. I'm going to say it was not easy for them. But yeah, both my parents very well pushed us. And my dad is also a musician who's played in almost every band imaginable here in Medicine Hat alone, and then around. He's done a Kiss tribute before too, and that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, my father is definitely always done everything for us with music. If you want to play this instrument, we'll put you in lessons. So it was a good influence, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super cool to have that. Just like, you want to play something cool? Like, let me know and we'll figure it out.
Yeah. My brothers tried drums, and I think we had a bass guitar at one point too. And so.
And what all instruments do you play or like to play?
Oh,
those are two different questions, I suppose.
So I predominantly play my acoustic guitar. I have an electric, and I play those quite a bit at home. And I play the piano, not very well, so don't expect that people hear that and they go, "Oh, play some piano." I go, "Oh, okay."
Those lessons when I was a child.
Yeah, I pretend like I can still read music.
Right.
So. But at home, like you might even hear it on the track. I have a little ukulele that sometimes I play on, and that's always fun to relearn because I never remember how to play it. and I even have a banjo,
Okay.
but that's like the piano. Don't ask me to play it.
Yeah.
It
It's
sounds
oh,
good. I don't
yeah.
really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. I definitely want to learn a few more. My grandfather's played the accordion his entire life, and harmonica. He plays the mean harmonica, but the accordion is what my parents. Well, sorry, my mom might have played. I'm not sure, but my dad definitely did, and his siblings. They all had to learn the accordion. So it looks like a challenging instrument. So I'd really like to try that.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
And to play the harmonica, could you do the harmonica at the same time you played the accordion? Is that a thing?
You definitely can. There's another gentleman in town named Derek Hintz. He's mastered the harmonica and playing, so I'd have to ask him for tips. But,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I do like the harmonica. Music, anything you put instruments, it's fun to just play and make sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the vocal side of things?
I don't know. I started singing maybe when I was 12 is when it kind of started feeling like I could sing, but it was always just like keep it down low and don't tell people. And then I don't know what happened. I just started singing more and more, and then obviously you practice and things change, and sometimes you get better and sometimes you get worse, and I still make mistakes, but yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do, sing. Yeah. So when I get the opportunity to just sing and something like, oh, you don't have to worry about playing guitar, I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
I can just focus
on one thing.
So
and do it well.
It took me a long time to even figure out how to sing and play at the same time. That was Chris Streifel, you can attest to that. I would always stop playing when I'd have to sing.
Right.
Like
it's multitasking.
It's tough.
That's hard.
That's B.B. King was famous, and he didn't have to sing and play at the same time. So
yeah,
that's what I always thought. But I couldn't play like B.B. King, so I probably had to learn how to do both. But,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So what is on the horizon for Logan Straub?
Musically, I don't know. It's a pretty busy summer. I have some pretty cool opportunities. I'm playing for venues that I've never played for before. I have a couple private events coming up that's really cool. I have one tomorrow night. That's fun, and then I have one in August where I know only the date.
Oh.
I don't even know the address. I don't know what time I play at.
Yeah.
So it's just I feel like, what's that movie, Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah.
You don't get any details and you just go to the party.
Yeah. So what made you say yes to that blind date?
I wanted to do something different this not summer, but this year.
Yeah.
I think I love singing the songs I listen to, and I like performing them because I always put my little spin on them. But it doesn't bring me the most gratification, whereas I like writing stuff, which I never perform, and I more introverted. I think I can be extroverted, but I tend to like to sit on my couch alone or with my wife and my dogs and play and sing. But so this year I just was saying yes to more specific events I've never done before, rather than just booking the entire summer at the same locations. And
right, because normally you're at establishments where people come to dine or drink and that kind of scene. So have you done some weddings and other kind of events like that?
Yeah, I love doing weddings. I love doing weddings because it's I get to sing softly. I get to slow songs down. I get to do what I want to do with them and make them sound more romantic.
Yes.
I was challenged a couple of years ago. I had to I didn't write a song. I was asked to learn a metal genre song from a band from France.
Okay.
They were French,
okay.
I believe. I didn't have to sing in French.
Yeah.
But I had to listen to that song and learn how to do it acoustically for a wedding, for the bride walk, I believe it was for the bride.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, so like stuff like that it's my favorite. Taking these I've played Simple Man for weddings before, not generally a song you'd want to, like, you wouldn't generally hear that at a wedding, but when you do it in a nice way, it sounds romantic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love playing weddings. I've won this year, which is exciting, but we have the baby on the way.
Yeah.
And the due date
congrats.
is very, very close to that wedding. So but they're aware.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. They're aware, and they're very graceful about it. So
that's cool.
But yeah, anything with music, I love it. So and the music community here is fantastic. They've welcomed me in. I know that certain communities can be very, lack of a better word, cliquey, I think, but the music community is, they just love to play. They love to hear music. And I think we always support each other and we learn from each other. I go all the time just to listen to people and be like, okay, so I need to start doing something.
Yeah, because there's a lot of camaraderie then, because there's quite a few local bands and individuals. Like, we have a lot of really great talent in music.
Don't remind me.
All the other
departments. It's very daunting.
Yeah.
It's very daunting.
And you're one of those who gets to just show up and have a good time and let other people have a good time while you're you're sharing your joy.
I think the best part about Medicine Hat for sure is just the outdoor venues we have, because when I'm playing and I'm singing, even last Friday when I was playing outdoors, people only came to the venue because they heard the music. They didn't know I was playing,
right?
But they just came in and sat down and said, "We just heard you down the street, so we're going to listen for a bit."
Because that live music has a certain tone to it.
It does.
It's really drawing to the soul.
It really does. For me, when I hear it, it's more of that competitive side a little bit. You go, "Oh, I want to see what they're doing," and you sit down and you listen, and you're like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
And but I found that the more I play now, I actually don't even go to concerts that much anymore, because I don't sit there in awe. I sit there going, "Oh, what are they using?"
Yeah. Critiquing and
what
trying to
pedal
study.
Are they using there? Oh, cool. That's a cool sound. Yeah. Then I go on to their page and what equipment are you using?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't go to concerts that much anymore. It's just stressful than fun.
Yeah. You're too busy trying to learn everything, it seems, versus just sit and enjoy the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely something that I have a speaker in every room in my house where I can have music playing, because I can't not sit in silence.
Yes.
So,
and with music, what do you think it does for the human soul? Not just exclusively to Medicine Hat people about music, but there's something about music that inflicts something upon people.
I think it's but yeah, some people listen for lyrics, some people listen for the rhythm or the melody and the arrangement, because it makes them feel something rather than themselves, I think. Or they can relate and they feel like somebody feels like they do out there.
Yeah.
So sometimes it feels like you're being spoken right to by the musician or the singer. And sometimes you listen to EDM, right, where there's not a lot of singing or vocals in electronic music, but you still feel some form of connection because you feel like that artist made that song for you.
Which sounds like a therapy of some sort.
It certainly is. Yeah. So that's why I don't have a therapist.
Yeah, you have a guitar.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
And to be strong enough in your sense of confidence to actually record yourself and put yourself out there and also go sing live.
The recording is daunting.
Yeah.
That was daunting. That was a daunting experience, just because you're doing something that is going to be critiqued by many people if they listen to it.
Sure.
Right? And you just got to get out of your head and go, "You're doing it, buddy. You said we're doing it," and follow through. That's the biggest thing. I made a promise to always follow through.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome.
It's easier to say yes and say, "Oh, guess what, bud?
Yeah.
We're doing it."
Sure.
Right? So.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Right? What do you have to lose?
Yeah, exactly.
Taking some chances.
I guess if I'm allowed to ask a question.
Yeah.
Of course, the most obvious one, what made you choose this approach and this podcast theme?
Yeah, it's actually a really great question. Being mostly of Medicine Hat descent, I would say I moved into the area when I was about 6 years old, and I've lived in and out. And I went to Lethbridge actually briefly, but mine was 2 year stint.
2 years?
Enough to know that I wanted to come back to Medicine Hat.
Kind of like Lethbridge. I know
if I was going to live anywhere else in Alberta,
Yeah.
it would be Lethbridge.
Yeah.
But there's something about Medicine Hat, and my family lives around here, and community meant something to me because I had some people say, why don't you go teach up north? Why don't you go to Japan? Why don't you do all these adventurous, for me, crazy ideas of drifting away from my community? And it never sat well with me. And I'm like, I think the reason I'd say no to that is because I feel grounded here. There's something about this place that makes me feel secure and safe and comfortable. But there's a lot of different variety to it. And you can live rural. You could live in the suburbs. You could live directly in downtown in all the hustle and bustle. And there's just so many cool vibes to it. And so when I saw that there was a podcast opportunity and they wanted to focus on the community, I thought, well, I know a lot of people who have helped me over the years. And with that, it's all sorts of help, from a psychic reading to a therapist to a musical instrument, just invoking that feeling of feeling human and alive, and just really good about continuing to live a human existence when we did discuss that it's tough. It can be tough out there and draining, and a little bit of a why, what's it all for? So I think the Helping Hatters is my way of showcasing unique ways that people use their gifts to help not just themselves and their close community, but the community as a whole. And so that's why I've kind of done what I've done, and looking forward to the adventure.
It's a cool idea, and I never imagined I'd be your first guest.
Nor writing the song, which is an amazing number, and I love it so much.
Okay,
I
good.
think I'm going to be singing it in the shower.
It's always in my head.
Locked.
It's catchy.
And I know you're playing tonight at a local establishment.
I am.
And I'm going to be there, and I'm hopeful maybe if there's a request for this new song that we can actually play a live version for some of the people that have supported me and you along this journey.
Sitting on the treaty 7 and 4, sunny spot with an open door, running river with a few coolies, and 88 Olympic TP. Looking like that. Hey, 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 Medicine Hat. Oh, its roots run deep, the stomping ground of community, the sunny city where you always matter. We call it Hatters, Helping Hatters, Medicine Hat. Hop in a hot air balloon, rise up, you'll enjoy the view. Don't forget the Delta pottery, those bricks have history. Hey, hey, looking back. Hey, 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 Medicine Hats. Oh, its roots run deep, stomping ground of community, sunny city where you always matter.
And like the rest is just all happy helpings, and I want to remind people that there is community connection in all sorts of different places and people, and you almost just got to look a little bit closer at what's here, and what's available for us for free. Like, you don't charge admission for your singing events, right?
No.
So that is amazing to me and beautiful, and it brings joy.
Well, the venues pay, but
but they do it to bring in guests, who might spend money.
They will,
but you, I think, would do it pretty close to free of charge if you, because you love it so much, right? The money's the bonus.
It is,
So that's just how life you need to pay the bills.
Sometimes
so you can keep
bills
singing.
to pay. I need to buy gear.
Yeah.
That's why.
And with a baby coming,
I need to stop buying gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I heard the baby's going to have some gear
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to buy a guitar right away. Don't tell my wife.
This doesn't air till spring 2025 when
Okay.
the baby's already born, and
Perfect.
I'm sure the
And the guitar
guitar's
will be there.
already bought.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It'll be in the first baby picture, I imagine.
It will, I think. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have to talk to her about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good of you.
Yeah. So this doesn't air for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're doing a big launch in the spring.
Nice.
And that's when we'll
So you're recording like all year then?
Yeah.
And then you release all the episodes? Is that kind of how it's
So
gonna be?
they'll drop 3 initially as a batch drop, and then
Mhm.
they're going to release. So there's
Like
8
weekly?
episodes total, and then they'll do a weekly drop
Cool.
of the rest.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And
It's
my
under
dream
wraps.
is to go, because I went and saw Editing Luke's documentary
Oh,
on
yeah.
the
Your cinema
Your
needs
Cinema
you.
Meets You. And
Yeah.
I was like sitting there, and then I left, and I was like, well, maybe video podcasts on that screen showcasing, because there's 2 other gentlemen in the hat that also got this TELUS community grant to
Oh,
do
really?
podcasts too. And
Oh,
one's
okay.
about roots in Medicine Hat,
Yeah.
and the other one's about certain people's dynamics in their lives.
Okay.
And so it's all super personal,
wow.
local content.
Yeah.
And I think having a showcase on a big screen
Oh,
on something
yeah.
so nostalgic and meaningful to Medicine Hat as the Monarch,
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that was absolutely. And I think you hit the nail on the head with you left and you came back. And how many people do that? That
Well-
come back to Medicine Hat because
well-
there's something that draws you here,
Yeah,
and it's hard to leave.
it is.
It's hard to leave. There's lots of opportunities for anybody here. So
That's a fact.
yeah, there's an open door for anybody.
I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Logan Straub.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, it was fun, and I hope our nerves have gone.
Yes. Happy helping, people. Happy helping.
Yeah, I like
Helping
that.
hatters.
Yeah.
Hatters helping hatters. But you do not have to be a hatter to help.
No, not at all. Yeah,
Just a good human.
I love having out of town people come in and just say, "We heard you
Yeah.
singing," and
But there's something that a little piece of Medicine Hat has found its way and embedded into their
Yeah.
heart, where they're like, I'd come back there.
yeah, lots of people just pass through because they want to visit again. I know this, like they just drive in, they're like, "Oh, took the long way, we want to come through town and say hi," and you're just like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. But
Okay. Let's
thank you.
call it.
All right.
Wrapped.
Hopefully that was
Done. It's so good.
good. There's a place that I know, it's where all the sunshine goes, the brightest spot along the highway 1, a city where you always know someone. Hey, hey, where's it at? Hey, 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 Medicine Hat. Sitting on the treaty 7 and 4, a sunny spot with an open door, a running river with a few coolies, and the 88 Olympic teepee. Hey, hey, would you look at that? Hey, 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 Medicine Hat. Oh, its roots run deep, the stomping ground of community, a sunny city where you always matter. We call it Hatters Helping Hatters, Medicine Hat. Hop in a hot air balloon, rise up, you'll enjoy the view. Don't forget my Delta pottery, those bricks have history. Hey, hey, welcome back. Hey, 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 Medicine Hat. Oh, its roots run deep, the stomping ground of community, sunny city where you always matter. We call it Hatters Helping Hatters, Medicine Hat.
Helping Hatters was created, hosted, and produced by Misty Zanger and is a Mystified Productions podcast.